Hey guys, it's me, Ole, and I told you that there's a lot happening in the world of physical keyboard devices, and there's a new player in town. And this player is called iKKO Audio, because they just announced the iKKO Mind 1. So what is the iKKO Mind 1? Well, it's a very interesting phone because it looks like a perfect square. It has a 4-inch AMOLED display, it's card-sized, and it kind of reminds me of the BlackBerry Passport. But even though it is smaller than the Passport had a 4.5-inch display, while the iKKO only has a 4-inch display. And it does look kinda nice. It'll be available in black and white, and it has a pretty nice industrial-like design, and it's just something different, and I like that in the world of smartphones. But what really made it stand out, at least for me, and I think for you as viewers of this channel, is that it will offer a physical keyboard case. But more on that later on. And before I get into all of the specs of the device and what it will offer, I think we have to talk about why it's here. And they said they wanted to build a phone that keeps you away from distractions like social media and all of that unnecessary stuff that you have on smartphones, but while still making it usable for the everyday world. So it has 2 operating systems like Android 15 and an own AI operating system, which I will get back into later on in the video. And this camera isn't a stick-on camera. It's actually a flipping camera. So you can flip it from the back side to the front side. So you don't have dual cameras, you'll just have one. But it'll be a Sony sensor with optical image stabilization and 50 megapixels. Like, they didn't share any picture examples yet, so I can't really comment on the quality. I don't think that you should expect too much out of a small company like iKKO Audio, but it's nice that it's there. And I like the idea of it. And we really have to find out how sturdy this swivel mechanism will be, or if it just breaks after a year or two. So let's get back to the operating systems. As I said, it'll run 2 operating systems. It'll have Android 15, so you can run all of your daily apps that you need for your life to work, if you can say that. And it'll also have an own iKKO AI OS, which will basically combine ChatGPT for creative tasks and DeepSeek for like questions where you need a quick answer to, or like support during texting and stuff. And the crazy thing is, which is like the selling point for iKKO Audio, is that you can use those AI tools and AI features without needing an own SIM card. So they'll have inbuilt internet connectivity via Novalink for 60+ countries around the world, where you don't pay a penny extra. It'll be included in your Pro device that you can get on Kickstarter. So for everything else, like doing phone calls, texting, and using the internet for social media, you'll actually need a dedicated SIM card, of course. So I think that it won't be like an own OS for the AI tools. I think it'll just be like a launcher for Android, but don't quote me on that here, that's just like my assumption. The problem is that if there's pre-installed launchers on devices, they'll tend to get bloated, they tend to get slow, and you just don't need those tools, especially with AI tools where people don't really feel comfortable with. But we have to find out if you can disable all of those AI tools and just use the phone with Android as it is. But there is something that they just communicated on their Reddit, and that's that the bootloader is actually unlocked. So as I told you, there will be a physical keyboard case. And this physical keyboard case, I have to admit, it does remind me a lot of the Clicks case from BlackBerry Kevin and Mr. Mobile. Just alone because of the colors and the design on the back side, where you have like that contrast color on the bottom of the case. All that aside, it's still very exciting. So you can click your device into the physical keyboard case with a USB-C connector, and there will be a USB-C in and out at the bottom of the case. It'll be available in very vibrant colors like pink, black, blue, and yellow. And it will offer, as I said, a physical keyboard. It seems like The keys are actually also angled, so you have a better feel while typing on it. But as it always is with physical keyboards on devices, they need to be good. You need to have a great typing experience for people to actually enjoy them and use them. So we have yet to find out how that will be like on the iKKO Mind 1. I hope to get my hands on one and review it for you guys and tell you how it feels, so you can maybe get one. And there is something else, a goodie that this case offers, because it will have a 3.5mm headphone jack that offers premium DAC for hi-fi audio. So that's pretty cool for a device that'll cost $299 on Kickstarter, but more on that later. So all of that, like that case alone, really makes it a productivity tool, and I'm very excited on how that will turn out. So let's get into the technical side, so the specs. And I have to say up front, this won't be a powerful device. It'll have 8 GB of RAM, 256 GB of internal storage. We don't know anything yet about the processor that is in the device. They have not yet communicated that. And it will only have a 2200 mAh battery. Well, of course, it's a small device, but I'm very interested if this battery can actually hold up for a whole day of use. And something very nice as well is that they have announced 5 years of updates for the device from launch, but you know how it is, especially with niche Android devices, updates can be a pain and a lot of promises have not been kept in the past. So where can you get this device and how much will it be? Well, they announced to launch on Kickstarter and the Kickstarter page is already in place, but they haven't started the Kickstarter yet. But you can enter to get a phone for $299 if you want one, which is, I think, a pretty fair price for a small company like iKKO Audio that are trying to get into the world of phones and into the segment of Android phones. So they plan to release on October 2025, but you have to know that this is still a work in progress, and as it is, it's always risky to, of course, invest in products that aren't really there yet. So do it at your own risk. If you want to support the company and you're interested in the device and you have the $300 to spare, do it. If not, really beware. So what do I think about it? Well, I think it's an interesting take on making a productivity tool. It won't be for everyone, that's for sure, because it doesn't have a 16:9 aspect ratio display for social media consumption. Especially in combination with the keyboard case, I can see that it'll be nice for a lot of people that have to be productive with their phone. So maybe it's something that can be used as a second phone or a business phone. But we have to find out how that AI software is going to be like. If it's just going to be bloatware, if you can disable it, if it's actually useful for everyday life, we'll have to find out. But that whole internet thing and what they're trying to squeeze into this device, it does make it interesting. So what do you think about the device? Is this something you would buy? Is this something you are interested in? And is this something that you think comes close to BlackBerry devices back in the day, and maybe also things like the Titan 2 Unihertz phones? What do you think? I'm really interested in your opinion, so let me know in the comment section below. So if you like this video, make sure to follow me on my social media channels. You'll see them right now, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel to be updated with the newest videos about niche devices and physical keyboard phones. And I can tell you there's a lot happening on this channel in the future, so stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed. See you in my next video. Until then, bye.